Up next is Cheryl Griffin Birmingham, class of 2001. A standout on the track, she graduated with 10 school records, 5 in individual events, and 5 in relays. 5 of those school records still stand more than a decade later. She was ESU Senior Athlete of the Year and Scholar Athlete of the Year in 2001. And as a junior, she was an NCAA Division II qualifier in the 55-meter dash during the indoor season and was ESU's first ever men's or women's sprinter to compete at the NCAA Championships. As a senior, she was named to the Academic All-America team, and she was a 3-time ECAC indoor champion and a 2-time Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference relay champion. 3 times she was the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference runner-up in the 100-meter dash. Now, teammates Shannon O'Donnell and Coley Kissling both recall Cheryl as an excellent runner, awesome competitor, reliable teammate, and an athlete who was gracious in victory during her career here with the Warriors. She blazed through workouts and won races every weekend, but never thought that she was that fast. Coach Chris Murley said that Cheryl had the fastest turnover of any athlete he's ever coached, male or female. She holds records from the 55 meters to the fastest 400-meter split ever recorded at ESU. And that's saying something. They've had some outstanding track athletes here at ESU. As a junior, she was a national qualifier indoors in the 55 meters and missed qualifying outdoors in the 200 meters by just 1,000th of a second. Within the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference, she was runner-up in both the 100 and 200 meters at the Outdoor Championships, the national 100-meter champion, Amber Plowden of IUP. She always ran her best against the top competition and was a tenacious competitor who just had that drive to win. Please welcome ESU Athletic Hall of Fame inductee, Cheryl Griffin Birmingham.
I had to actually take some notes. Can't talk off the cuff like everybody has so far. As I look around this campus, although it's nearly unrecognizable due to all the changes made over the past years, I'm filled with nostalgia for the place that shaped my adult life. If Joe Koch, recruiter/coach, hadn't made those persistent phone calls to convince a short, lazy sprinter from a little village in upstate New York to consider ESU, I'm not sure where I would be today. At 18, I had no idea that my haphazard decision to attend ESU was the beginning of my journey to maturity and happiness. I left home in the summer of 1997 with low expectations from both myself and others. My high school coach said that I would be back home after the first semester, and I would never make it. I used his harsh words as a catalyst to be successful. Looking back, my bitterness toward him has faded. Who in their right mind would expect much from a teenager who skipped nearly as many classes as she attended and hardly ever actually completed a workout? Thankfully, my parents refused to give up on me and encouraged me to attend college. Shockingly, they refrained from pressuring me to run. I believe that the fact that my parents stepped back and allowed me to make running or not running my own decision sparked my desire to give it a shot. Then reality hit hard as I arrived in Hawthorne Hall. Although my parents resisted pressuring me to run, they could not resist signing me up for the all-girls dorm. It was then that I was faced with the truth of being unknown and alone for the first time in my life. On my second day, I was staring at the brick walls, wondering what the heck I was doing here, when my phone rang. I figured it had to be the wrong number. To my surprise, I was being asked to attend a gathering by 3 juniors on the track team, Shannon, Coley, and Shira. I was nervous, but I wasn't about to say no to the only social offer that I had. I couldn't believe how quickly these 3 juniors accepted me, a lowly freshman, into their circle. Then I met Coach Murley. His laid-back smile and laugh at our first meeting made me think, maybe I could handle running for this guy. I'll never forget the sparkle in his eye the first time he saw me sprint at practice. Perhaps it was his unique ability to correct his athletes without causing resentment that had me hooked. For the first time, I truly learned to push myself rather than settling for mediocrity. I felt that I could not allow myself to be lazy around Murley, because he always made it clear that his concern for his athletes did not end on the track. He put in hours beyond the track and set an example as both a track coach and a life coach. Now, 12 years post-graduation, I've often chuckled at different points when I realized that being an East Stroudsburg Warrior taught me dedication and perseverance that have helped me in ways that I never could have imagined. Upon graduation at the young age of 22, I was faced with teaching 9th, 10th, 11th grade English in 4 different classrooms, up and down stairs, sporting a rolling suitcase. Not quite as glamorous as anchoring a winning relay, but nearly as physically arduous. Once again, I wondered what I had gotten myself into. Then I thought of Merle's infamous 12 by 200 meter workouts, combined with my parents' motto, "This too shall pass," and figured that I might make it through. These days, as Pete, my rock/husband, are chasing around our twin 5-year-old boys, Griffin and Matthew, and our 2-year-old daughter, Carly. Apologize, sorry. I often laugh, thinking who would have known that running for ESU was actually preparing me for the most intense athletic event in life, raising a family. Griffin and Matthew recently started playing soccer and asked me if I could teach them to run fast. Quite often, they both tell me that they are faster than me. I'm sure one day soon they will be, but for now, Pete laughs, catches my eye, and winks. Who knew the most rewarding workout would actually be in our own yard? I am grateful beyond words to the lessons learned both in the classroom and on the track here at ESU. Not a day goes by that I do not apply something that I learned on this campus to either my career or my personal life. Thank you for choosing me to be inducted into the Hall of Fame and for all that you have done and continue to do for your athletes. Thank you, Merle, for advice on and off the track. Thank you to Shannon and Coley for your lifelong friendship. Thank you to Pete for coaching our family together. And thank you, Mom, for all of your encouragement in being here today. Does it finally make up for spending my graduation day at a track meet?